G'day, I'm Rob Paxavanis and welcome to Fishing Australia. Today I'm at the beautiful little seaside town of Huskisson on Jervis Bay along the south coast of New South Wales. It's a mecca for all sorts of fishing and I've got some very special guests to help me check it out.
Huskisson is an idyllic holiday haven about 2.5 hours drive south of Sydney. It's a favourite summer playground for many Aussies with absolutely heaps on offer on and off the water. We're lucky to be based at what I reckon is the best spot in town, the Holiday Haven White Sands. Right on the bay, it's one of 12 Holiday Haven parks in the Shoalhaven region. And it's just a short stroll to town and the Husky Wharf. There's shops, restaurants, pubs and all types of activities. But Jervis Bay is world famous for its fishing, dolphins and in the right season whale watching. Speaking of world famous, joining me today is Aussie tennis superstar Nick Kyrgios, along with some of his family and friends. Nick is one of the most exciting tennis players on the planet. The son of a Greek dad and a Malaysian mum, his exotic blend of looks, multicultural coolness and super athleticism are bringing a new wave of fans to the sport. But few know him off the court, so we're here to take him fishing and find out a little about him and his incredible story so far. And I can't wait to show everyone what this stunning place has on offer. As we pull out from the wharf, we need to cross a little bar on the way out into the bay. So with life jackets on, we were ready to get amongst it. To get our sea legs under us and have a little look around the bay, I've planned for a bit of squidding. They're plentiful in the bay, popular as bait for bigger fish, but also very tasty. Time for a bit of squidding here, but the stakes are high because you've got that bronze whaler off camera with me a few years back, right?
Yeah, everyone knows about that one.
Yeah, Dan and Christos and everyone haven't heard the end of it, have
No,
they?
every night I remind them before they go to sleep. Makes them rest easy.
Nick's new to squidding, but it's dead set easy, mate. First we have a squid jig that sits in the water like that, nice and straight. Bright colours are good because you see them, but you generally
Visual predators squids are.
That's it.
Yeah, mate.
And
Done the research.
and the big eye, and the big thing is the prongs on the back have no barb, so when you hook them, you've got to keep that rod bent lightly.
Yep.
And then what we're looking for here basically is Jervis Bay is famous for squid. We want weed beds, patchy weed.
Yep.
If you can see it, even better, then you know where you're casting.
Yep. Hopefully you can get. I can go home with a couple of squids in the esky.
Mate, I reckon.
Mum will be proud.
Yeah, and I reckon if we don't get in here, I'm in trouble. You'll never come with me again if Mum and Dad don't get a few squid.
100%, mate.
With a quick glance at the sounder, Captain Greg Reed had us right on the spot.
Like those little dots here, that's something in the water. That could be a squid or a fish.
Yeah, there's stuff in here, boys.
Oh, there's heaps of stuff here.
Nice and slow. Where? Oh, one more. Slow, brother. Where are you?
Oh, Kigsy.
I might need that net.
Don't worry about it, Kigsy, mate. No, mate, I got a squid, mate. Don't worry.
That's it. Got one.
I got one.
Take a little while, but Nick's first on the board. To be sure, I'll net it. So don't do anything different. Don't do anything different.
Don't worry about it, boys.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, sir.
You got
Oh, yes. How's that?
The monkey's off the back.
First squid.
Bronze whaler, now the squid legend, boys. Don't worry. Don't worry, mate. It's gone on the resume.
squid, mate.
Southern calamari. It's got the full wings on it. They're the best eating one. We're off the hook.
No, I've just started, mate.
Nice one.
Oh, the boys are actually cheering for you. There's a bit of team effort going on here.
Nah, they're jealous, mate.
Is that what it is?
Do it again, mate.
Well, the competition was on. With Nick taking the early lead, big brother Christos was struggling.
What's happening here?
Oh, mate, he usually causes disaster, mate.
Yeah, is that common? Is that older brother syndrome?
I just call that, he's just not experienced, mate.
But it wasn't long before manager Dan evened the score.
Oh, mate. All right, Dan. Dan's Nick's manager and best mate from high school, right?
Yep.
What are you thinking, mate?
He's actually pretty cute.
What's that, you want to let him go or is he going home for dinner?
Well, I'll probably have to get him more later, actually, Nick's mum.
Yeah, okay.
So how do we get it to Ink Nick?
How do you get it to ink, Nick? He's out of ink now, but he will build and he'll squirt again later.
The manager strikes again.
Edging ahead on the leaderboard was Nick, And although not officially in the competition, Captain Greg scores a point with his squid. And for giving Nick a close-up lesson on inking.
It's my Lakers jersey. Done.
No, he's done. He's done.
Nah,
he's
get
done.
him.
He's
Get
done.
away
No,
from me, mate.
I'm not going to hit you.
What do you mean? You are.
All right, guys, a bit of fun out there. You enjoy that?
Yeah, it was awesome, Rob. My first experience of squid fishing. I thought I was going to be a strong start, and horse got one, and obviously my brother here, you've been fishing with.
Feeling sabotage. Have a look at this.
I wasn't feeling too well. I've been in the toilet for the last 2 hours. What are you talking about?
But show them what they did to you, mate. Look at this. This is just like, they took his hooks off. That's dead set. Mate,
That's why I
it's
didn't
early
catch it,
days.
Yeah,
You can redeem his time, mate.
Well, if you give me a lure with a hook on it, I might be able to catch something.
Kiara, come on, who's won this? Well, you wrap it up. We need the
Okay, so
female's
we've got
opinion.
scores. Nick has 1.5.
1.5, small.
Yeah, because he got a little one.
Not too sure what they were telling you, but they said because one has more spots, it's like a bit more rare, so it's like worth 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is going to go on for a while. Well, lucky there's plenty of time left for this competition to continue. Meanwhile, we'll head back to the Husky and have a bite to eat.
Sounds good.
And it's the start of a wonderful adventure by the look of it.
Fried calamari.
Right, yes, indeed. All right, and there's time for you, mate.
Don't worry, mate. I'll give my best efforts tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the
Never
day.
seen him so down.
It's day 2 of our New South Wales South Coast adventure with Aussie tennis superstar Nick Kyrgios. And we've headed a little further north to Greenwell Point at the mouth of the Shoalhaven River. It's an early start and we're headed offshore to a spot called the Banks, and it looks like it's going to be a cracker of a day.
Greenwell Point base, SA 1322. Base, we're going to be out here fishing the banks. I think we've got 10 on board and our ETR about 1400 this afternoon.
About a half-hour boat ride in super calm conditions and we were there. And Nick and the lads were pumped to continue on with a point score from yesterday's warm-up. So after a quick stop to catch some bait, we set our sights on something bigger, and boom, the game was on. Nick was already up 40-15, and in true form, he was first to hook up today.
A little bit more weight to this one, eh?
Yeah, it's a big one.
Nice bite.
Yeah, fought hard.
You pulled a rabbit out of your hat, mate. This is a pigfish.
Yeah, nice.
Mate, that is the best eating fish on the south coast. And that's a cracker. You don't see much bigger than that. That is a really, really good table fish. Sorry, Christos, mate, he's hit the lead something savage here with this one.
He's not surprised, was he?
He don't worry. Hang on, he's...
Meanwhile, Christos and Dan were hard at work to even up the score. And on a perfect day, the fish were coming in thick and fast.
Mine was that one on the left, right?
Little jig, so it's just like a kingfish jig, only smaller. Silver trevally. Not a bad eating fish.
Hey, Rob. Just added to my challenge, mate.
The boys had stepped up to the challenge, but Nick fired back straight away.
That is a ripper tiger flathead. This year's been different. We've all been home a lot. What have you done with your time, mate?
Well, you know, I've just been training a little bit. Obviously seeing my family, haven't seen them in a while, and just being back home in this. I miss this when I'm on the road, just having a.
That was a silver trevally, by the way.
You know, just having time to do this it's special.
Tell us a bit about the Kyrgios Foundation that you've started recently, mate.
Definitely realised that I had the ability to help people, you know, underprivileged kids and, you know, who are struggling with any kind of problem just at home, basically giving them opportunity to play sport. That's the main, just to get kids active, and it's not always easy to go out there on your own, but when you have other people to get out there with, I love that.
Now, early in the year before COVID, like the bushfires hit, what sparked inside you when the South Coast fires were on, mate?
Well, I mean, it was devastating. I thought, you know, every ace I hit, I was going to donate, and then everyone sort of got on board with it, and just one tweet obviously went global, and then all the athletes got behind it, and it was a special moment.
After the break, the fish just keep getting bigger. Much bigger. With a nice variety of fish in the bag for the Kyrgios family feast, we decided to move on to a different spot to try for some snapper. It's always important to keep an eye out for birds and bait to stand the best chance of hooking up. And boy, did we find the bait.
They're getting chased, hey guys.
And having a feast of their own, were a pot of whales, gorging on the massive schools of krill.
Boys, myself, Skipper, Decky, we've all been at sea half our lives, and something's happening here that is just off the Richter scale. Krill everywhere in the water, that's a red tinge, and there's probably no less than 20 humpback whales scooping it up all around the boats. The boys are still fishing, and I'm trying to take in the sort of significance of this moment because you just don't see it. You know, that's that cold upwelling off the banks, boys.
Oh, there we go.
And meanwhile, Nick's got a half-decent snapper on. How'd that go for you, mate?
Mate, left arm took an absolute beating there.
I'm loving the fact that you got that snapper. That's a great
the best fish of the day.
Yeah, that's a great fish, mate. These whales just swimming around the boat like that in the backdrop. Boys, you won't see it again in your lifetime. I'm telling you now.
Unbelievable scene.
The cold, slow upwellings that have delivered these magnificent whales are also responsible for keeping the kingfish away. But who's complaining? This is stacking up to be a day to remember.
Where are you? There he is.
Oh, here we go. That's a mowie. Okay.
Nice. That's another good size. Look at this.
It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Hey, to catch fish like that on a day like this is, you know,
That's what it's about.
hardly any current. You know, we're not having to use huge sinkers and whales. Look, you hear them back going, woof, woof, smashing up that krill. It is.
Look at the lips on the bad boy.
Yeah, big rubber lips these, and they're pretty good eating too. Not as good as the snapper or the flatty, but they fight. You see how hard they fight?
Yeah,
don't
they fought, yep.
Yeah, they fight all the way to the top.
As the krill kept fizzing up on the surface, the whales and snapper were keen to hang around too, keeping Nick and the lads busy and the competition fierce. And Christos was closing the gap.
They're testing you out, Christos.
Nice, bro. It's a snapper.
Dip.
You got a snapper.
I mean, you're talking about a big, strong lad here. But here we go. Let's
Another
him up
snapper.
here.
Two. Yeah.
Mate, you're gaining back some ground, aren't you, mate?
I don't know.
How many? Have you lost count? How many fish you
I've
got in
stopped
there?
counting because some of them were too small. That's nice.
That's a nice snapper.
Yeah, snapper boys.
I'll tell you, this is a good warm-up for you guys. One day's when the Kings are on, I'm going to get you out here when the
Yeah,
current's hammering. And
I'm ready.
He's ready. They'll get you to your knees, those things. But this is just really, really good fishing.
With Christos upsizing to a 2 kilogram snapper,
It's more rewarding catching these than those little bait fish I was catching before.
You're not bait boy anymore.
No, not bait boy anymore.
and both Nick and Dan with another to add to their tally,
Mate, this thing is heavy.
the competition was red hot. What a day. It's the stuff fishermen's dreams are made of.
Nick, we see you on the court, mate. You're mad competitive. What do you like about fishing?
Oh, mate, just every time I'm back in Australia, you know, with, my brother and my best friend out here with you, it's definitely a blessing when you get weather like this. Saw some whales, catching an amazing amount of fish, and it's just been a lot of fun.
The fish are really thick out here today with all that krill in the water. Trevally, big schools under there and snapper and all sorts of stuff. So I've just dropped down a little 20-gram jig on a light rod. And I reckon I've got a trevally on here. There you go. Yeah, beautiful silver trevally. Just lift him in gently. There we go. Just on a little 20-gram jig. Good fun. When I had to get a fish for myself, I'd never hear the end of it with the boys here. There you go. Nice silver trevally.
Oh, Paxton, you finally got one, mate. Welcome to the party. About time. Geez, I thought you were on my show for a second.
It really doesn't matter whose show it is. This day has been one in a million. Unfortunately, even days like these have to come to an end. We just need to get the message across to Christos.
Mate, you still got the line in.
Yeah, we've had a successful day. He's just trying to get one last fish, I think. but
What is the
nothing there,
count?
mate.
What is the count, Christos?
Mate, I still haven't
Daniel's a
caught
quite
anything.
achiever. You haven't done nothing
Caught
at all.
anything today?
Seriously though, mate, did you keep count?
Yeah, blimey, I caught prawns, clams.
Everything.
Nah, 20 plus today.
It was a lot of fun, and you know, I'm just happy we got some snapper as well.
What are you gonna take home, mate?
Everything.
Oh, besides the fish, I mean the memories. We did
Mate,
let a lot of
great
fish go. We caught a lot of fish, a lot of trevally, a lot of snapper went back, and we've kept a good feed.
Yeah.
But mate, what got me is the whales, boys. I mean, you guys are flat-headed in the fishing with those whales. You know, that's one in a million. You ever seen it?
Yeah, definitely the memories. I'm gonna take them with me.
It's a new day, and still coming down from the highs of yesterday's offshore trip, we were up early and back out on the bay. First up, we're going out near the heads to one of Captain Greg's favourite squidding spots, as fresh squid is one of the very best baits.
All right, Nick. Geez, that was pretty easy, mate.
Yeah, second cast of the day, really.
Yeah,
Beautiful backdrop.
yeah. Nice to be back out.
Yeah, it
catching
is.
a few squid.
I wanted to maybe just jump off and go for a bit of a swim, but thought I'd catch some squid first.
Yeah, all right. Well, we might try these guys on some kingfish. They're beautiful. When it comes to catching kingfish,
Yep.
there's no better bait. Fresh live squid. You might hear something. Christos has finally got a squid.
Finally got one.
Oh, no. All right, we better go. All right, I'm going to swap you.
Squid boy!
Oh, no.
There he is, gone.
Oh, he's dancing.
Ah, face it the other way. Face that loaded gun the other way. You go in this
He
side.
doesn't want his nice white Nike
You go the
top
other way.
ink.
Look at that beautiful white jacket.
Doesn't want that white Nike top ink, do you, mate?
No.
Hey, mate, you finally got one. How do you feel, mate?
What do you mean? That's the seventh one I've caught.
You make a fisherman in that you've gone from 0 to 7, but this is actually your first squid.
Nah, is that a squid? I thought it was a clam.
All right, big fella, how you loving JB here, mate?
Unbelievable. This is awesome.
Yeah, and the backdrop here, have you ever seen anything like this in your life, mate?
No. Look, something similar in the Bahamas, exhumas, so you got to go pretty,
A long
pretty
way.
beautiful. Oh, mate,
Yeah.
A day travel, at least.
Yeah, okay, all right, mate. Well, look, you got your
Incredible.
first one. That's awesome. I've never heard such a big cheer out for a squid. One of the many reasons Jervis Bay is so clear is there's no major rivers flowing in, so no sediment, no big flood flows coming into the bay. But it also means it's very hard to get a big boat into here. Over at Huskisson, where we launched from, the bar's quite shallow, and we had to get 7 of these guys, including me, out and the crew. So Sammy brought this beautiful 2503 centre console trophy. Sam runs JNS Imports back in Sydney. Got this down here for us, all the guys on board. Look, you can walk right around the whole boat. Got all the electronics, big 200 yammies on the back, the whole kit. It is a ripper, everybody's happy.
To try and upsize, we used Christos's very first squid in the pursuit of a big kingy. But after giving it a good go, there was nothing on offer. So, while we were near the heads, we decided to jump on board with the team from Jervis Bay Wild to nip outside the heads and have a look at the spectacular cliffs and caves surrounding Jervis Bay. This is one of the world's most famous land-based game fishing spots. When kings and marlin and the like are on, fishermen come from all over to try their hand. As you can see, there's no fishers here today, and that's another telltale sign that game fish like kings haven't arrived yet. Back inside the heads, and everyone was happy to target squid again. They were the main thing biting. You can always find a calm, sheltered bay, and sight fishing keeps everybody happy. Not to mention, this has to be one of the prettiest places with some of the whitest sand in the world. What a cracking couple of days we've had. We've explored stunning Jervis Bay and absolutely smashed it with the world's most perfect offshore day of fishing. Flatties, trevally, snapper, pigfish, and of course the most unforgettable of close encounters with the majestic giants of the ocean. This is certainly a trip to remember, and some good bragging material for Nick when he catches up with his mates on the international tennis circuit.